back to Northern Ireland in a group of escort ships. When we're still out at sea, just a half a day from Londonderry, we're thinking about leave, if we're lucky. And when we see the Skerries, we know we're near the mouth of the Foyle.
Skerries? What would they be, Bill?
Well, they're a bunch of islands that fit in with the Irish character Finn McCool. The legend says he built the Giant's Causeway as a stepping stone to Scotland to carry off the fair Scottish princess, and then he nipped back across those islands. Just beyond the Skerries, we get the signal to detach and proceed to Londonderry. Then our ship detaches from the rest of the group, and we make our way towards Londonderry, and we hope several days' leave. That is, if we don't have to stand by at Derry, ready to go straight back on another convoy trip. On the way, we have to stop at a point off Lissahallie to pick up the Irish pilot who takes us up the Foyle to the jetties. Steer 257? Steer 257. After seeing nothing but endless miles of sea and perhaps a pretty tough trip, it means a lot to see the Donegal Mountains. More often than not, they're half hidden in cloud, but they're there as we come up the Foyle, and the coast of Ireland is there in that strange, soft light. And as we pass the friendly-looking houses with their lawns sloping down to the water's edge, most of us think of the Irish friends we've made. We sail quite close to Boom Hall, where the Canadian and English Wrens live. Boom Hall is where the boom was stretched across the river to keep out the relief ships in the siege of Derry in 1668. The Rising Sun is probably what the boys are thinking of by then. That's a famous little pub 6 miles out of Derry where they paddle out to spend an evening. You know, it's true that the country is greener in Ireland than anywhere else. Maybe we see it an exaggerated picture, but after all that gray, I don't think so. Letters can't describe what it's like coming into Derry when we reach the harbor, with all the activity of tying up at the quay and all the boys light-hearted about their leave. I think when I bring June over in a passenger ship, I shall still hear the bosun piping leave.
Leave for red and blue watches from 1700 hours to old...
Most Irish towns have a diamond square. Londonderry has one with a war memorial in the center. The boys generally meet there when they're going on a trip out of town. And the life-size soldier on the memorial has a bayonet that mysteriously gets bent overnight. The boys do a lot of their local sightseeing in one of Alfie Kelly's jaunting carts. It's a queer sort of transportation, but we rather like it, even in the rain. I hope Paddy won't have grown up when we come back to Derry. For a penny, Paddy will sing you one Irish song, and he takes an awful big breath to do it.
How about a little song, Paddy?
Will you pardon me, stranger? I know you're from Ireland, Ireland, my homeland, that green emerald isle. Sure, I'm thinking that someday you'll go back to Ireland. If you do, can I say these few words with a smile?
Well, perhaps if Paddy is grown up by then, there will always be other Irish Paddys singing for pennies. I hope so, anyway.
Have you seen that Giant's Causeway you were talking about, Bill?
Yes, I certainly have. And I've often made a wish at the wishing well. There's quite a character of an old Irish guide who takes you along to make your wish. If it's good luck you're after, he says, you must first dip your foot in the water and then take a drink of it. And when he says that, you have to go right down and put your face in it. 3 times, he tells you. Well, I always make the same wish, but they say you mustn't tell it to anyone or it won't come true. It isn't only Paddy who sings Irish songs. We've picked up quite a few of them ourselves. Somehow, I always feel like singing when I'm up in those hills.
The pale moon was rising above the green mountain. The sun was declining beneath the blue sea. When I strayed with my love to the pure crystal fountain that stands in the beautiful vale of Tralee, though lovely and fair as the rose of the summer, yet 'twas not her beauty alone